Yo, what's up guys? My name's Nick and I'm the content creator for Decorumist, and today we're going to be talking about Planetcoaster versus Parkbeyond. Let's get down to it. So let's hit it off with the park maps. Park maps for me, when I first see these park maps, I'm thinking, wow, there's quite a lot to choose from. That's a good variety and it's a good way to start off a sandbox mode. More so than Planetcoaster, which doesn't have as much maps like that. Now we have a look at this overview of this theme park that I've created earlier on today. And as you can see, it's just packed out with rides and attractions and roller coasters. So you've got a good variety of theming going on. I decided in this corner to make a Pac-Man themed area. So it's a really cool thing to put in. You can just do anything that's customized. So that's a real good pro if you want to kind of like express your. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of things to do really when it comes down to Parkbeyond. You've got a good variety of sets going on there. You've got your coasters going on. You've got your flat rides, and you've got an ingenuity of looking at these rides. Also, I like how it details each ride and what you can achieve from each ride. As for like ticket fees, you can have these hooks where you can make the ride even more super special. So how about we go just have a quick look at the POV of this roller coaster. So this is the off-ride POV of the roller coaster. Now you'll see in a minute it's a little bit glitchy. It's something that the developers have to sort out. Now I don't like these chase cameras. That's the only thing I don't like. Planetcoaster, as you'll see a bit later on in the video, these chase cameras are not like this, and as you can see the coaster is glitching. You see these module like cannons. I think they're really cool. I like all these modules. You've got that kind of like rubber spring that it bounces back, and you've got the switch tracks there. So we're just going to watch a little bit more on this off-ride POV as it comes back into the station. Here it comes. So going back to theming areas, I managed to get myself a pre-order of Pac-Man DLC, and once again the level of detail that Parkbeyond's put into their rides, their flat rides and their roller coasters are really something special. You can see just how amazing these rides can be achieved. Now this ride's been impossified, which is a very unique design, something that Planetcoaster hasn't done in their games. So it kind of gives it a new, fresher approach. Once again, these cameras are absolutely awful, as you can see. But obviously, if you do it from another type of angle, which I've done, obviously you'll get the appreciation of roller coaster, as it's going to go up right now. Here we go. Pac-Man is good. I mean, I can make it. It's got some assets in there, some nice assets like Planetcoaster doesn't have. Well, they have the Ghostbusters, don't they? So they have like kind of an IP. So, but Pac-Man, Namco Bandai have. Showing you a little bit more about the ride itself. So this little bit is about impossification. Impossification, for those who don't know impossification, you can turn an item into an unusual item and make it more profitable, as you can see on the left hand side there. You can see some nice happy smiley faces of families, adults and teens will love it. So we will be impossifying this candy apple shop and we'll make it impossified, and that unlocks a new item as well. I like the little kind of like generation, like the little wiggly bit, and the animation, that's the one. Animation to change the shop into an apple impossified shop, which is really cool. You see there's a lot of the guests are queuing up for it. So this is like the management section. We're just going to go too far, but I like here you got your opinions here, very good laid out. Difficult to follow some of these opinions. They need to be improved. A lot of my Beyonders would say to me, that there's not enough food shops, but then it doesn't sell. You've got your expenses there, your loans, your staff members, which is absolutely huge, and then you've got Sophia's lab, which you can then cater to what you're going for each theme. So that's a really cool touch. So as we are just going back around the overview now of Pac-Man, you can just see how many kind of like assets, the things, the items like a game we can put in. It's a really cool design. Building roller coasters are complex, and I explained this in one of the videos also. So really, to sum up Parkbeyond, it's overall a fun game. If you don't want to be serious, then don't be serious. It's going to be absolutely stupid. Is it better than Planetcoaster? We're about to find out. Can it be played by all ages? I'm going to say no on this occasion, and I will tell you in a second why in a minute. So let's head over to its predecessor, the Planetcoaster Console Edition. This is something I've been playing for years. I've absolutely adored the Planetcoaster series. I've got it on PC and every games console as well. Just going into the settings bar here, you can tell, yeah, so earlier on in Parkbeyond I was having a look at the settings, the graphic settings, and it just says motion blur, and that's it. And those settings, you've got a variety of settings. That's something, once again, that Namco needs to be looking at, is adding fidelity and performance modes to their graphical settings on the console. I don't know about PC players, for the console, yes, definitely. So you can see there's a difference in detail. You've got those texture shadows there on Planetcoaster. You don't really see that on Parkbeyond. You've got the nice kind of natural light coming in on as well as it's darkening, and you can change the light times as well. You see here now we're looking over the overview, notifications, traction shops, and research and development and graphs. It's more simplified, laid out. However, it doesn't have as much detail as Parkbeyond. So if I'm going to say which one is better, I'm going to have to say Parkbeyond for the level of stuff that you more knowledge about your rides and your theme park, as opposed to Planetcoaster. So this one kind of loses to Parkbeyond. This is something that Parkbeyond's done better in my opinion. I kind of sway away from those sort of like on those graphs when I'm playing Planetcoaster. Absolutely looks stunning in the dark. Something that Parkbeyond does not get right. Once again, the devs need to be looking at textures, needs to be improving smoothness in there, sort of like the way the lighting reflects off their rides and so forth, and the shadow textures. Very similar as well, the overview of rides. As you can see here, I've just like clicked on a ride. You just got a bit more kind of selection, and also with this ride here, it's a shoot ride. So you have like, you can laser shoot this ride, which is really cool. And you've got like kind of like, you see your modular pieces that you can put in. I've had to go a bit earlier on modular pieces, and it's absolutely terrible. The way the module pieces are put out on Planetcoaster makes it so much easier, and you could just pick up those module pieces and you can create structures like this to fully immerse your rides, which is absolutely awesome. You see the Ghostbusters IP I was saying about earlier with Pac-Man. They've got the Ghostbusters. So yeah, but I think Bandai is going to have more IPs because they own different games. I know in summertime the DLC, I think around about August time, I think the DLC is going to come out for Little Nightmares. So that's a really cool kind of asset to Parkbeyond, and I would like to see more of the DLCs come out on their DLC annual pass as well. Now this is the chase camera. Now if you compare this chase camera to the Parkbeyond's camera, Planetcoaster's hit this on the nail. I absolutely like the cinematic chase camera here. You can have it coming from behind as well. I'm going to have a look at another roller coaster as well, but look how smooth, and still it doesn't sacrifice those details. It doesn't sacrifice those frames per second, and this park is absolutely busy. I've used 85% of the Oswald counter, which is something I don't like a Planetcoaster on the console. I know on PC there's no Oswald counter. I will be discussing that when it comes up again. But we can see there is more detail. It does not compensate it as as Park Beyond does compensate that kind of like detail level. You can see here as well. You see where the plane goes. They're kind of not moving forward. When you're on the POV of Park Beyond, you've got the Beyonders who you're literally going through their eyes. I don't know if that's another kind of like bug or glitch that they need to look at. It seems to be that the developers are kind of rushed this game out a little bit. They should have just held it back a little bit more. Just gonna have a little bit more look at my roller coaster. This is one of my proudest builds I ever done, which is on YouTube. It is on my videos, the building of this. I think some of my videos were taken down for copyright, even though I use royalty-free music. I love the waterfall feature. I wanted that ride to kind of go up the waterfall a little bit. You see that with the wing coaster. I've had a look at the Park Beyond wing coaster. It's nothing compared to this. And look how smooth. I like doing those barrel rolls. Just another thing as well, just coming on to making tracks with Park Beyond. Once you know how to make the tracks on Park Beyond, you can bend those tracks much more easier than Planetcoaster. So they kind of lose on that sort of aspect, Frontier. But Planetcoaster has a smoother track sort of build to it. Now this is something that I'm hoping Park Beyond gets, and that's the Frontier Workshop. And on Steam, it's the Steam Workshop. And it has all your favourite creations, but I don't think it's going to come to Park Beyond. I don't think we'll be able to share our creations online, which is a pity, really, because we're all about unique rides and designs. We would like to share it with the community. Obviously, you've got the ratings there, but I think this will never come to Park Beyond on the first generation of Park Beyond. I think if they made Park Beyond 2, then yes, I think this will all come in the future. I like the Frontier Workshop. If there's something you want to add to your theme park, it's pre-made, prefabricated, and it's there ready for you. There you go, that's with the Oswald counter, as I said. Nothing unlike that is Park Beyond. I don't know the limitations on Park Beyond. So to conclude really guys, Planetcoaster versus Park Beyond, they have different similarities. If I had to choose between one or the other, at the moment I'm still swaying to Planetcoaster just because of its simulation and detail, but Park Beyond has potential. Okay guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on